Finally, it's holiday time and you're going with your EV and your family and everything else on a holiday trip, and I have a few tips for you. Have your charging cable in the car. That means your Type 2 charging cable, maybe even your Schuko, so the slow charger, the granny charger, maybe even have this with you if you're going to sketchy places where you're not sure if you have a good charging infrastructure or your camping spot or whatnot. So take cables with you, be sure that you can charge. And check your tire pressure, especially when you go on a trip. There are more people in the car and there's luggage in the car and stuff. Check what tire pressure is appropriate for your car, for this weight in your car. And of course, you don't want too low of a tire pressure because that means higher consumption. Have more than just one charging solution for your trip. So if you have, I don't know, WeCharge or something for your Volkswagen, get something else just to be sure. And don't rely on app. Don't think, oh, I'm arriving at the charger, I can charge, start the charging session with the app. Maybe there's horrible internet connectivity. Maybe the charger is not connected to the internet very well, or there's an error or something, or you start charging, this doesn't work, and then it says that the plug is occupied even though you're right there. So it's always better to have a card or a chip and not start charging with the app. And that, of course, is an amazing segue to Maingau Autostrom. With Maingau, you can go on your holiday trip with an amazing charging solution. With Maingau, you can charge at over 600,000 charging stalls all over Europe. 127,000 of those chargers are in Germany. You can start with the app, like I said, but don't do it on your holiday trip. With a card or with a chip, have that with you and go on your trip. It's amazing. Check them out in the link in the description below. And now the most important part, it's planning your route, planning your charging sessions. And the best way to do it, I know it's advertising and I'm not getting paid for it, but it's a better route planner. It's just amazing. A lot of cars have amazing route planners in there. Tesla has, oh my God, you don't have to think, just Tesla superchargers, and usually they work and usually there's no problem and it's fine. But not everyone has a Tesla, and not a lot of cars have amazing good route planning where they take the charger that's amazing and also know how they arrive state of charge wise at the charger. So important is use a better route planner, put in your car all of your data. Think about that you have more people in there, more weight and all of your luggage and everything. You can put that in a better route planner. That's awesome. Plan out your route, so say starting point and where you want to go, and then you can select the chargers. You can select the chargers that you think have the lowest costs for you, so whatever plan you have that you want to use, Ionity, EMBW, I don't know what, Aral Pulse or Supercharger, whatever you think is the best for you to charge with. Use that and you can put that in. Please choose this charger, not this charger. And another thing that's very, very important, use chargers that have more than 4 charging stalls or a different charger. Sorry, I'm attacked by flies right there. You don't know, it's holiday season, all 4 chargers can be occupied, or one is broken and the other 3 are occupied. So if you have 6, 8 charging stalls with high power chargers at the same location or close by, that's the best. So look for this. So when you use a charger, when a better route planner is telling you take this charger, go into the map, look if there's a different charger. Maybe there's a supercharger around the corner or other high power chargers. If something doesn't work or your card doesn't work for whatever reason, that you have an alternative. That's very important. You don't want to arrive with a low state of charge and then look for chargers. This takes time, stress. You don't want this on your holidays. And how you plan your trips is you want to arrive with at least 15%, not higher, because then usually with most cars you get the best charging power. There are cars like the Ionity Ioniq 5, Ioniq 6 and Kia EV6, the 800 volt system, where you can plug in at higher state of charge as well. But most cars want at least under 20, under 15% state of charge. And if you know your car, don't charge over 80% because it just takes so long. So again, if you know your charging curve for your car, you can check out here on the channel. If I tested the car that you're driving and you can see the charging curve I have done of a lot of different cars, then you know, okay, I only charge to 70% and I have to leave, it takes too long. Don't stress yourself out, but also don't dilly-dally or what it is and be all let's charge to 100%. It just takes too long, and then all of your trip takes very long, and then it's also not fun. You want to arrive in a reasonable time. And then look around the charger. Is there a toilet? Is there something to eat? Is there anything that you wanted to do while you're charging? When you have a good EV, you're not charging longer than 10-15 minutes. When your EV is a bit older or charging is not the most important or your consumption is a bit higher, it can be 20-25 minutes. But you have to think, you arrive at the charger, you plug in, that takes 3, 4, 5 minutes. Then you check if everything's working. Then you go to your toilet, you come back, and then you only have less time, and then you have to see what do you want to do. You want to eat in this time, plan a bit ahead what do you want to do when you're charging, not just laying around and then, oh my god, I wanted to eat, and now when I'm driving I can't eat. So that would be not very smart. So plan a bit ahead and see what is around those chargers. Another important thing, don't take any risks. You're on your holiday trip, you are in countries where you usually are not most of the time. You don't know what's happening there and how the roads are, how the charging situation is. So don't take any risk. Like I said, take a charging location where there are more chargers. Don't arrive under 5%. There are so many cars that under 5% there could be trouble. And you don't know, maybe the last 10 kilometers are uphill and then you arrive with 1%. Yes, most cars are fine with this, but don't take any risks. Just be aware that you have a charger, they only have an alternative and everything. Where you need extra planning is if, like I said, you have bikes on your roof or in the back, or you have a caravan or something, you're pulling a trailer. Just think of it, your consumption will be way higher. If you're not familiar with driving with a caravan or something, that's very hard to know how the charging situation is, how high the consumption is, and how low your state of charge will be at arrival. So maybe you should test it out before. And also you have to know those chargers. Can you charge when you have your trailer on there, or do you have to, is it unhinge? Just get the trailer off every time you charge? Is this annoying? You want to choose maybe a different charger where you know you can do that. But this is, of course, an EV with a caravan or a trailer is always more work because of the charging situation and how to plug in and everything. But that's just how it is right now. One thing that should be fine and you don't have to be concerned about is a traffic jam, unless you're at really low state of charge and it's really hot and you need AC big time. When an EV is just parking there, it doesn't need any energy, and the only so except for the AC, and AC when the car is already cold and it's really not extremely hot outside is like maximum 2 kilowatt if it's extremely hot. And if you're at a low state of charge, you can always turn the AC on off and then just have the fan. Yes, that's not comfortable, but then you don't need any energy in a traffic jam. Shouldn't be a problem. When you're at your destination, you are at a hotel, camping spot or whatnot, very important, do not do any sketchy things. So do not plug in, oh, that looks like an outlet, it's fine, I'm gonna plug in my EV. You don't know how the power is, especially on a camping spot if you are very, very far away. Not that there's some weird power and I don't know, weird phase, and then it destroys your connection to your battery and your charger doesn't work, or your AC charger doesn't work, or stuff like this. That's not worth it. So if you arrive at a hotel or a camping spot and they have a designated EV charger, use that, that's fine. But do not do any weird things with camping equipment. You have to be sure that this is all working fine. You don't want that stress of something broken on your EV. It's not worth it. If you charge at the hotel, sometimes it's very, very expensive, sometimes it's included. And of course, for your trip home, charging to 100% the night before is amazing. That again, you can leave with a lot of range, you don't have stress for a long time, and maybe almost get back to the country where you're from, so you can charge at a normal price. All of this is amazing. If not, then of course, that's a bit bad, and you look for public chargers around the area that maybe you can charge there before you leave. And if this is not possible, then my God, you should arrive at your destination, of course, not with amazingly low state of charge. If you don't know the area, try to arrive with 20 or more %, so everything is fine and you don't have stress. Again, it's holidays. Why should we have stress? Come on. So when you have to leave with 20%, you should know where the next charge is. You plan the route from the hotel or whatnot to home, of course, before as well with a better route planner, and put in that you start with 20% state of charge and see if you could arrive home with good charging infrastructure. And then maybe the hotel has a charger. You don't know how many they have. Maybe they're occupied. Depends how long you're there. All of this. And if you stay overnight during your trip, of course, a hotel with an AC charger is amazing. That again, you can charge overnight to 100% and leave, unless it's of course extremely expensive or cumbersome, then you don't do that. And the last thing, on the way home, try to use the same chargers than you used on the way to your destination if you like those chargers. And of course, avoid the chargers where you said that was weird. I didn't like the area, I didn't like the charger, I didn't get the speed that I wanted, something like this. Of course, you try to avoid. And the ones you said there was so much space, there was a nice location, charger worked well, there was so many charging stalls. So it's better to charge at a good charger and arrive with 30% and have not amazing charging power, then arrive with 15% at a charger location that's not good, that you don't like or that you don't feel comfortable with. So again, avoid the bad ones, go to the good ones. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, and if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below. And here on YouTube, there's also channel membership. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, how I make my videos, what equipment do I use, and on events, if I drive somewhere and stuff like this, then check out my third channel, Behind the Battery. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.